Hello, welcome. This is Dr. Traci K. I love you in this place. Thank you so much for coming to share your spiritual practice with me today. And we're another Sunday vibe message, spiritual vibe message for you. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like and follow me on Facebook at the Working It Out series, or subscribe to my podcast. It's all over all the podcasts like Apple and Spotify and Apple or Player FM. You name it, it's out there. And I try to make sure I upload the ones I really like to upload for the podcast, but you can also subscribe to that. I can't believe it. I'm actually in the top 50 for fitness and wellness when it comes to this. So walk with me on the path to spiritual fitness. And I want to talk to you today about praying or meditating from victory, not towards it. Because we are all connected and we are all children of the Most High. And a lot of times we tend to meditate or pray, so to speak, for victory. And yet we have to understand that when it comes to our spiritual battles in life, we're already victorious, because any enemy that comes against you, any person, any disease, any disorder, any negativity, if you are in touch with your higher power, or if you are developing and learning to have a relationship with the higher power, or God, if you call it that, whatever you call to your higher power, you are the child of the Most High. And so when you practice your spirituality, it is a spiritual battle. I understand this so much. I mean, when some of us are more sensitive to energy than others, and we're called upon at a very young age, but then we always are fighting that battle with the reality of our flesh. And so the thing is about when it comes to things in our life that we constantly spiritual battle. And I'm going to tell you right now, the more you practice, the more you level up, the more responsibility. But you know what? If it's meant to be, and you know and find out who you are as an I am, then you know that you're coming in a place where it's already won by you, because the higher power has already defeated that. And so when I come to speak to you about praying from victory, not towards it, I'm going to tell you right now, you have to claim it. You have to claim it and say, I'm already victorious. It's already been taken care of. These people, they will no longer be an influence to me. They will no longer be influenced. I pray from victory. I don't pray for it. I pray from it. I'm victorious. I'm forgiven. I'm prosperous. I'm healed. I am. See the word I am? If you don't understand anything about the I am, go back to my videos and look up the power of I am and watch and listen to that video or that podcast. Because a lot of times, and I'm going to give you resources here, as children of the Most High, we fight from victory, not for victory, in the sacrifices that were made for us thousands and thousands of years ago. And we are more than conquerors. Here's a source for you, a spiritual source. Romans chapter 8, verse 37. And that's exactly why we need to pray, because we are assured already from those sacrifices that were made for us thousands of years ago. And when we're constantly in a spiritual fitness practice, we're always constantly in a spiritual battle. So, like Psalm 20 says, can be our pattern in our own personal battles. Our lives are a continual spiritual battle, and we're always at war. But we don't have to do. You have to understand the good news is that we're already on the winning side. You are already on the winning side. Can you claim that for me right now? Claim it. I claim it. And Another source through this is in the Corinthians, 1 Corinthians 15. And the formula for this is when we face battles of any kind, our human nature is trying to gain control. We like to strategize. We are an amazing human race. This race we are, the blessings that we have, we think we have all the right equipment. And if we're clothed in the right armor, and if we do all the right things, then victory is guaranteed. See, I know you are like me. I'm a perfectionist. I'm a Virgo here. I mean, and I try to do everything in a perfectionist way. And it gets pessimistic because it seems like you find yourself to where you're working hard, you're doing hard, you're just trying, you're battling, but you yet haven't seen the promise that's been given to you. And this is where you've got to say, okay, this is not going to be for victory. This is going to be from victory. So if you do this and you speak if-then principle, and this is what I'm talking about, the if-then principle. You know, if I do this, then my marriage will be restored. If I do this, then my prodigal child will return. If I do this, then I'll be healed. If I do this, then I will be protected. The list goes on and on and on. See, that's not the way we're not supposed to pray or meditate or practice or walk the path in that way, because spirituality comes within. It's already, you have already been blessed. You have to claim it though. If you don't practice and you don't claim it, then you won't understand, and it'll end up orchestrating your life, and you don't want that. You want it to be orchestrated from the good, from the glory. That means we are often in situations too big for us to handle on our own. We get overwhelmed by these circumstances. And with the month of May we are today for health and wellness and mental health, it takes a toll. There are millions and millions of people dealing with mental health issues today. I myself deal with it. Everybody deals with it. Mental health is so important because in order to be healed through the spirit, healed through the mind, and using mindful instead of mindful, you have to pray, you have to meditate from victory. And it's a practice. Because no matter how equipped we might think we are, no matter how strategic our tactics are, our lives are not always in our control. See, the horse is made ready for the day of battle. But victory belongs to the higher power, to the Him, to your Father, your Son, your Mother, your Mom, the universe, to God, anything that you believe that we are all connected, that we have to pray and meditate. Walk the spiritual fitness of praying from victory. The reason why I do the spiritual fitness is because I understand that. Because spiritual fitness is about a competition. Running that contest in your life, competition. You want to win. You want to be the first to walk and cross over that winner's ribbon and just be bound to the happiness and joy and glory of you're already won. Instead of running around the track and running around your mind constantly. We have to come from already. We more than conquerors, which is also in Romans that I talk about. So that's exactly what we need to pray for. You need to say it right now. You know it? Say it right now with me. The challenge, even though our enemy is defeated, it makes a lot of noise. See, it has been written as so that it goes on and it becomes to the point where it's roaring like a lion. Now, they're not a lion. They can't overpower you. They can't control you, your destiny, because you know. And to find that path of I am and understanding like a lion does, that means loud, roaring negative. You know that roaring negative thought, the roaring negative sickness, the constant battle we face from the past. Let me tell you something right now. I know it's hard. Mental health, like PTSD and stuff like that, there are triggers. And those triggers tell you right there that you still haven't played or meditated or practiced through victory already being done for you. It's already been done for you, the promise. You have to believe. You have to believe and declare and claim it. So good. Can I get that? Breathe that in and so good. The thing is, how? What's the formula, Dr. Traci K? You know? Why do I need, how do I pray from victory and not towards it? We can let go of a prideful type of thing that we deal with. It's up to us to enjoy great relief that comes from knowing that the higher power's got this. God's got this. You are a child of the Most High. So we fight from victory, not for victory. It's exactly why we need to pray in regards over. Like, I remember, let me say something. I deal with the disorder, many different medical issues, and let me tell you something. It's a battle in your healing. It's a battle in your mind, your body, and your spirit to constantly keep it healed, keep it protected. So, you know, with our DNA, you know, you might have these history of things, so you want to try to pray for victory, exercise through victory, spiritually, financially, emotionally, and physically. So that's what I want you to practice today. I want you to learn that. So and I'm going to give you an effective type of prayer or meditation that you could use, where when we're desperate or we tend to fall back into the past, let me tell you something right now. That's already been defeated. That's already been taken care of. Because when you are in that place, there's no way in Hades that the higher power is going to let them ever do that in. You are victorious. You're a survivor. You're victorious. It's a victory strategy. I love it because I've always been competitive all my life. From starting at age 2, and still, it's a part of the path, the journey. So, take Psalms 20 as a prayer for it, if you need some source to that. There's lots of meditational types of things, but let's just use this because we are talking about the Sunday Vibe message here. So let's go with the Psalm 20, you know. May there be or answer to the day of trouble. May there be protection. May there be sanctuary. Support from Zion. So the souls of today of trouble, we need protection, we need help, we need support. And as your child, your ultimate enemy will always be the enemy of our souls, which is what some people call Satan, negativity energy, dark shadows, whatever you call it. So help me to remember that my greatest battle is always a spiritual one, but I'm already victorious, because every earthly battle is part of my spiritual warfare. Spiritual war, I need to be clothed in the whole armor and help me to stay vigilant. Sanctuary of Zion places present with you, that you can thank the presence, you can thank and leave me to the Spirit, because I know I'm already victorious. And I know that I'm getting help. I know that it's been already taken and done. Those people are no longer, because they're dead. You no longer have to worry about that. You're defeated. They're dead. Move on. Not towards it, from it. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? So, may you be greeted to your heart's desire and fulfill all your plans. May you shout for joy over your salvation. May you be fulfilled. May that power, higher power, Lord God, whatever you call it, may fill, because it's promise for all your petitions, all your intentions, all your manifestations. Because you're praying from victory. You're meditating from victory. You're practicing from victory. Say it. And if you need a little help with that, go to my I Am video on the YouTube channel. or find it through social media posts. If you need that, you need to get some guidance on I am and understand, that would be a great one to listen to, because there's so much proof in scriptures and it is written, and personal development books, self-growth, all of that says right there that that's the steps. That's ordered by you. Because the army is already fought your battle and you've already won. Now I know that you are anointed. I know that even though you may not hear, it listens. You have to trust. But Dr. Traci K, nothing's happening. Nothing's going. What, I don't see it. I mean, it's been so long. If there's a promise, then why don't I see it? Because it's already been done. Because that's not what you're supposed to be doing, focusing on that. You're supposed to be focusing on your destiny and what moves you forward from victory, not towards it. So be faithful. Have them be a wonderful counselor. Peace. Majestic, mighty, gentle, compassionate, loving, gracious, merciful, and just. The more and more you get to know I am, the more I'm able to trust and help and know and learn and grow, because I'm moving from victory, not towards it. Be thankful for all the tools that are given in the earthly means which you will prosper. And toward that enemy, you're not alone. We have a great spiritual vibration challenge group. Oh, don't be afraid. I want to see some passion, some truth, some spiritual support. I want to hear how's it going. It's growing. That group is growing every day. Yes, there might be other spiritual groups that you can go to because maybe you think they're more popular. But let me tell you something. When you're looking for understanding the vibrations of spirituality and things that can help you, you have to trust in tools that are offered by this in mythology and other people and even myself, only you. It's the way it has to be, because praying from victory is a very powerful sense. And I want to say this because people say, well, I don't know how to meditate, I don't know how to pray. Learn. Just take baby steps. You think I don't struggle with it every day? Of course I do. I use it in my practice when I try to do some exercises, or when I try to find it in a way that it's victorious, that it's good feeling for you, a victorious perspective, so to speak. I know there's things maybe that you've dealt with that scare you. I've been through that. I know it. You're not alone. I'll tell you a story. You like good stories? Here's one. And I'll use myself this time. I remember years ago, and I still do it this day, where, something was happening to me, and the doctors, we're talking Army type doctors here who have way more information than civilians do, of course. But there was a thing where, it was found that maybe I would have this medical report, and I was being told that, well, you're going to die, you're not going to live. And I said, you know what? And I said, no. I declared it, and I claimed it, and I said, no, I don't think so. I know something is coming because it's already been conquered. And we have to keep that in mind, because when we think and we go back to triggers, it tends to remind ourselves about that time, and it ends up making us sick again. We can't do that. We can't let that happen. Trying to overcome that so it's less and less more. And when you have that medical report like I had, I didn't believe it. And I found out later, because even though I grew up in church and catechism, and I was always told a lot from the church I went to, and people that were spiritual. You are going to be somebody. You're going to be on TV. You're going to do this. You might not come to see, but I know it. And then people would just shower me and say in praise, and it'd be a different way, of course. I'm just saying, but rest assured, my heart, I always battled with it. I still do this day. I'm not perfect, and it's like I find myself being slipped back into it. So I got to keep working on it too. But I know people are like, well, most people when they meditate, when they pray, they pray up, right? They pray up. You look up, you pray up, you beg and plead. And if you didn't watch and listen to my other video about stop begging, because that's another thing, you're praying towards victory, and you don't want to do that. You want to pray from victory. So it's like the covenant has been written already. It's already been sacrificed for us to be forgiven, to be prosperous, to be I am, to be beautiful, to be inspired. I thank you for that. I thank you for this. I thank you for that. I thank you for this. I'm so feel it, experience it like it's already here, because it is. And so the simplicity and power of proclamation, if I want to go there, I want to go there because that's about learning how to level up with the power of proclamations, And I learned this. It took me a long time, and I'm always still learning. We're always still learning. We're still always growing. And I dealt with this situation in my medical, and I was alone. I had nobody to talk to, nobody to support me. In fact, they didn't even know. So they kept doing tests. Oh, you got this, we don't know this. Then I had a time where this is what pushed me into fitness, because fitness became a part of my victory. I was moving from victory, and I was healed through that. And I tell you, I was told that you're not doing it right. Because one time when I was going to a competition, I couldn't believe it. I'd already made it, and I made it to the nationals. And I was going to nationals all by myself, with only myself to train. Nobody supported me. I was on my own to make sure that I was going to go to this national and win a title and conquer it. Because I'm already believing in my mind that I'm a conqueror. And so when it came to this medical report, it was hard, because it was always making it a strategy to try to get my body or get my mind in a position to where I'm already healed and already conquered. And so a lot of times people say, why do you pray up? Why do you pray down? Pray down? What do you pray? And I was in this airplane, okay? I was going to California to go to nationals, and I had really been struggling with my diet to make myself as lean as possible, low body fat type of stuff, and enough to where the judges would see, so I can be the best and conquer this. So this is what I said. I always had that in the back of my mind, that it's already taken care of, it's already done. And then here I am on the plane, looking out the window, and seeing the beautiful mountains that we're going across in the plane that I'm in. And the mountains are so big and they're so powerful, and they almost reach so high that it almost touched the plane. And I was like, wow, that is majestic. That is victory. That is who I am from. But yet I still had my doubts, I'm always still doubting that, because, I was kind of programmed in a negativity type of raising. So you have to understand, they're always slipping in, right? So you're going to constantly. So then I got a little discouraged, and I turned my head away from the window, and I looked, and here was this other person sitting next to me, a man, and I didn't know him. He was a stranger. I wasn't talking to him. I was minding my own business, looking out the window, doing my thing on the plane, keeping the peace, and he just started talking to me, like out of nowhere, like something just moved him to start speaking to me. And he was speaking to me, and I think the Holy Spirit was in him. I really do. And I'm sure, and I've experienced in a lot of different situations, Where sometimes you may think it come from the good Holy Spirit, but it could be coming from a negative type of spirit. So you don't want that. You have to know. But this was different. I sensed it, and I listened as hard as I can, because being hearing impaired anyways, you gotta really struggle to listen to. You read lips, stuff like that. And he said, don't worry. It is coming. It is here. You'll get it. It'll be in your hands. It'll be the answer. And I went, huh? What's he talking about? I didn't know what he was talking about. And I don't even remember the guy's name to this day. I remember what suit he was wearing. I don't even remember his face, really. And it's like the spirit was covering up the face and speaking me through him. I don't understand that. But that was happening. Because you think if I did, then I would remember what this guy looked like. Or his name or something. But it was not coming through the guy as him. It was coming through a spirit voice, messenger in some way. And come to find out, that message right there was the answer to what eventually allowed me to beat and conquer. I was already conquered. It's already there. It's okay. You'll see that soon. And I went, what? And so I started to ask, and then I wanted to know more. I would ask questions. And he's like, well, where are you going? And I said, I'm going to nationals competition for ESPN. And it's a big TV thing, and here I am, an athlete, trying to get my pro status. And they said, wow. And he said, well, you're, of course guys are. Let me see your arms. Let me see them arms. That's when I was really lean, and I wasn't, off season like I am now for the rest of my life. But it's saying, I still have the arm, but I'm just not as cut. I weigh more now. I'm just like my metabolism. I don't do that anymore. But the point is, when I knew that I had this medical report that I was facing, but I never would let it get to me. I would never let anybody say that they have control over my life, my will, because I know that I'm told I'm already victorious over it. And that's what I found. And yes, other things can happen, but that's what's coming at you, that negativity. So you want to make sure that you understand the four key core values that bring alignment. Because here's one. It is good all the time. Here's two. Nothing is impossible with the higher power, with God, or with the universe. The universe has your back, basically, going to put it that way. Everything that needed to be accomplished was done already for you. So, hail to the Calvary, because number 3 says it's already been accomplished. It's already done. Number 4, you are, and I are, ambassadors. And we carry a delegated regal authority. You already have a royal crest. You are already valued. You are already loved and admired, no matter what you think that you don't have. I don't see that, though. My family doesn't respond like I want to. I'm barren. I lost my job with the COVID. Now I've got this medical report. Now I'm worried about my finances. And you have to prepare for what you prayed for. Because already, and I want to say this to you, I'm going to speak it over you, over myself, because you have to come from empowerment. Self-empowerment. So you say it. I'm self-empowered. I lived and I fulfill my destiny, dreams, visions, and desires. I'm fruitful. I bear much fruit in all I put my hands to. I am righteous. I am just. I am blessed. I am a creator of realms and atmospheres. I'm full of this. I wear the armor. So you need to think that. Because that right there is the key. More keys I'm giving you here. Do I need to go over it again? Let's go over it again if you didn't hear me. Basically, You are a champion. You are a champion. May you be the one that looks to that direction. May you be on display and glorified. Mold your heart into alignment with your heart. I want you to be willing to go where you need to be led. So, being mindful and not mindful can help you with connecting to the heart, which is the holy heaven of such. It's just the chariot of all power and horses and power and all this. For let me tell you something. You are victorious. You are compassionate, mighty, a victor, gracious, loving, merciful, and just. So all you have to do is confirm that. Or I like to say, and you know I love this because this is mine, and people are starting to use it. I don't know why. I'm going to have to trademark this. Claim it. You claim it. Because that means, just as the vibration of the word, the phrase, claim it. It's yours. You have pulled it into your vortex. It is yours already. It's victorious. Right? So good? All right, breathe that in. I'm going to give you time to really take that in. Because I know you get these little pessimistic things like, oh, I'll never meet the right person, nothing good in my future. You need to do it from victory, from the lion. Don't let them ever come near. You are already been given to walk, to live, to prosper, to succeed, to stay in peace in the midst of a storm. When you know what comes against you has already been conquered, it changes your outlook. You won't live in fear. Worry about the future. Letting doubt hold you back. You move forward knowing that it has already been taken care of and anything you'll face. The path has already been cleared. And another one, if you can, I'm going to give you another one. And this is a good one to resource from. It is Daniel. And people who knew that in that area, that when you know you're on the throne, you're a child, when you know that it's already been defeated for you, defeated your enemy, he takes away their power. He's taken away them. That's been brought, and they're now nothing a percentage. They're dead. They're gone. They're just dead. They're just gone. No longer. That's no longer me. Whatever mistakes you made in the past, you are forgiven because you've already been declared and claimed. So think about that. Try to live that day that you're here listening to this like that. That you won't be moved by opposition. You won't fall apart when trouble comes. You won't give up because someone did you wrong. You know it can't stop your purpose. You not only have a supernatural strength, but you'll do exploits. You'll take your family, your DNA, to a whole new level. You will level up from victory. Well, breathe that in. I think this is really good. I hope you enjoyed this Sunday vibe message. And I would love to hear your comments, feedback. Anytime you want, come into that Spiritual Vibration Challenge group on social media and Facebook. It's the groups and it's under Spiritual Vibration Challenge. Go in there. Ask for, you can have it, because all those people that are posting those wonderful, inspiring, motivational art and quotes, there you go. That's your victory. So, it's time to level up. It's time to come from victory, not towards it. This is Dr. Traci K. Hope you have a great week, and all your week comes through that, from victory. And you'll practice that this week. Thank you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And sharing is always caring. Take care.